With a spark and a flash, I ignite. Ampaming here, coming at you with some more Payday 2 and the road to CRIMEFEST goodness. Now, today is one of the days where Overkill Software has officially released the last set of 4 challenges that they are going to release. The next release will only involve a single challenge, ostensibly for all 4 of the heisters involved with the road to CRIMEFEST. So yes, we are coming up on the end of the road to CRIMEFEST, and things are getting good. Haha! I am excited, and so should you be excited too. You should be excited as well as me. Do it. Feel the excitement. Feel it. Anyhow, new challenges. 4 of them. 1 for each heister. Change's new challenge is to complete 2,500 Watch Dogs heists with personal accuracy above 70%, and this is probably my favorite challenge so far. I'm honestly kind of excited for this one. This is one where I am definitely going to try and join up in as many Watch Dogs heists as I possibly can, and just see whether or not I can make shots absolutely positively count. And I think this is going to be made a little more interesting by the fact that I have no sniper rifles. No Gauge Sniper Pack DLC, no Ninja Pack DLC. I have no sniper rifles, just shotguns, and usually an SMG, and a lot of gumption. So yeah, I like this one because it's another challenge that turns things on its head a little bit. Instead of, taking the perfectly valid, and honestly, I tend to be a member of this school more often than not, of just putting as many rounds downrange as you possibly can with, say, an LMG or an SMG or a shotgun, whatever you feel is, best for the task. I personally really enjoy LMGs. It's great to lay down suppressing fire and watch the cops just absolutely freak the crap out when you're firing it. But this is, kind of mixes things up a little bit. So instead, you're trying to make every single shot count. 70% is not impossible to get, but it's relatively difficult, actually. It means that, 7 out of every 10 rounds that you fire has to hit, connect with something. So, yeah, definitely something that's going to change things, change how the Watch Dogs heist is played, because for the most part, there's really no medium quarters engagement for either of the days. It tends to be either extremely close encounters or extremely long distance encounters. So it's definitely going to be really interesting to see whether, say, a shotgun heavy build comes out on top, or possibly a sniper heavy build comes out on top. It's really, I'm excited to see where this one is going to go. And this is definitely one that I'm going to be participating in myself. Hopefully all of you heisters are going to participate in it too, because it's great. Practice your marksmanship a little bit, yeah? Yeah, should be interesting. Anyway, Clover's new challenge is to convert 80,000 cops with the Joker skill. And this is one not gonna take a long time, truthfully, because the Joker skill is pretty much universally useful. There's really no bad way that you can possibly use it. Anytime that you're getting an extra gun on your team, even if it's a crappy blue SWAT, it's pretty useful, because it's every round that the law enforcers are firing at that poor sap that you managed to convince to stay on your side is a round that's not getting shot at you. So, yeah, definitely a fun one. Not one that's going to be difficult to complete. That one I can see being completed in no time at all. Dallas's new challenge is another one that's probably going to go pretty quickly, and I have inadvertently been contributing to, as to kill 250,000 shields with a shotgun. And that's generally how I take out shields, because I tend to just kind of run loops around them and then shoot them in the back of the face when they lose track of me and I come up behind them. So yes, this is also one that's it's not going to last long, but it will last longer than the other ones, just given the sheer volume. 250,000 shields is quite a few, but that's not a difficult one to complete at any rate. It's, at least for me, that's my MO, that's how I operate normally, so yeah, I don't even have to go out of my way to complete that one. And Houston has a slightly different challenge this week, or today, I should say, because it's not a weekly thing, it's a bi-daily, every other day thing. But today he has a bit of an interesting one. Houston's challenge is to complete any 20 challenges. So this is probably going to be the easiest challenge to complete because we don't have to do anything. We just, anything special specifically for this one. We just keep doing what we were doing and completing challenges. We already have 14 out of 24 down. So we only need to meet another 6 challenges and we're good to go. So, yeah, that's gonna be one that's just incidentally completed, definitely. As for the other remaining challenges, we have 3 newly completed challenges today. We have one of Clover's challenges now completed, the complete framing frame 30,000 times. And the reward is a vintage meme with a description of such wow. And, of course, a picture of Doge. This one, it's in the same vein as the other vintage meme challenge rewards. Honestly, I fully expect these vintage memes to come out as a series of different masks, because I believe that is the 4th one that we have unlocked. There's Troll Face, Megusta Face, Doge, and I don't know, is this the third or 4th? I'll probably look this up later and add in an annotation if I'm not feeling lazy. Anyway, almost guaranteed, in my opinion, to be masks at this point, so should be good to see. Everybody loves the Doge, myself included. Dallas had one of his challenges completed, and that was defeat Captain Winter's squad mates 150,000 times. The reward is a powdered donut with a description, stuff your face, you've earned it. I honestly don't know what to make of this one. I mean, hey, powdered donuts are absolutely delicious, don't get me wrong, but I don't know what it actually means in the context of the Payday 2 world. I mean, hey, maybe they're just gonna send donuts to the homes of everybody who's bought Payday 2, and I would be A-okay with that. I would happily eat my Payday 2 donuts in about 4 minutes. Even if it's a box of a dozen, I could probably cram those things down in about 4, maybe 5 minutes if I'm really feeling it, Maybe I'll have to starve myself for a couple of days just to make sure that I meet that 4-minute mark, just so I can not be a liar. But anyway, yeah, that one is just completely up in the air. I have no idea what to make of this one. And Houston had one of his challenges completed. Kill 4 million tasers. Now this one is really, really interesting. His reward was trading, with the description, it seems to be of the people kind. And this could be interpreted in a lot of different ways. It's possible that they're going to have some sort of system with, the Steam inventory, trading weapons or weapon mods, that kind of thing. But that seems a little bit unlikely given the description, but you could still kind of interpret that as like, hey, people trading things. It's a bit of an oblique sort of logical connection, but it's still possible. My other thoughts were that it might be indicating a new heist involving kidnapping, so something like the, I believe it was the diamond heist in the first one, where, you had to kidnap the CEO's son, and have Bane hold him for ransom for the codes to the vault. So something similar to that, or it could also be the introduction of some new hostage trading mechanic, where, I'm not entirely sure what they would do, but you might be able to get credits, for future releases of your heisters, your teammates. It may also be some sort of thing where you can trade hostages directly to guarantee some sort of, smaller assault or increased assault time between assault waves. You might even be able to make just Captain Winters just go away if you give up a hostage or two, which would be really interesting, because that means that, if you actually strategize and take extra hostages, you don't even have to go over and fight Captain Winters. You could just make him go away immediately in exchange for hostages, possibly multiple hostages. again, this is really, really, really fun. I'm excited to see where Overkill is going to go with this. They've got a lot of different areas they can take this, and I think all of them are going to be cool. You know, regardless of which path they choose, it's all going to be neat. So, looking ahead, we're still at roughly 50% completion. We've been staying at almost just barely above 50% completion practically the entire time that the challenges have been released. So, yeah, this is really, really cool. That means that we are on our way to completion of all of the challenges. We've got a little less than 1 week. We've got 6 days, including today, October 8th. Before the road to CRIMEFEST is over. Now, if I recall correctly, Overkill has stated that the challenges can be completed up to any point before CRIMEFEST itself is over. So we still have a fair amount of time to complete all of the challenges. I think, honestly, we're going to get all of them done pretty comfortably before the end of CRIMEFEST proper. So, yeah, we're definitely on track there, and I am super excited for that, and I'm doing my absolute level best to contribute as much as I possibly can to these challenges. I'm hype. Hopefully, you're hype. It's probably going to be pretty good, in my opinion. I have high expectations for Overkill this CRIMEFEST. I think it's going to be good. So, the quote-unquote final challenge, there's a single challenge dot on the Road to CRIMEFEST map, the dungeon map, so to speak, and it's going to be interesting to see if that single one is going to be released the day after tomorrow, October 10th, or if it requires other challenges to be unlocked first, or, you know, some other criteria has to be met. I don't know. As I said earlier, this is the last day that Overkill is going to be releasing 4 challenges, 1 challenge for each heister involved in the Road to CRIMEFEST. So the change of reducing 4 to 1 is what that actually means. Nobody knows quite yet, and I, for one, am eager to find out. I don't know if it's going to be an extra hard challenge, perhaps, something like that. I don't know, and honestly, I'm probably going to be waiting with bated breath, just F5, 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 F5 on the morning of the 10th, just to see what Overkill's going to do with it. So yeah, hype for the 10th, woo! And again, I want to reiterate that the Road to CRIMEFEST ends in less than a week, 6 days on October 14th, and that is when CRIMEFEST proper begins. If this is anything like the other CRIMEFEST celebrations that Overkill has done, they're probably going to be offering Payday the Heist, also known as Payday 1, for free at some point during CRIMEFEST, and they're also going to be discounting all of their merchandise, DLC included. So if there's any sort of DLC that you wanted, or if you want to try Payday the Heist and you haven't yet, make sure to keep your ear to the ground for that, and you'll probably be able to pick up either a free game or very, very cheap DLC some point, if not at any point, during that entire CRIMEFEST celebration. And that is about it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching. As always, I appreciate it, and this has been me, Ampamine, coming at you with some more Payday 2 on the Road to CRIMEFEST news. And I will catch all of you on the flip side.